Today, we're diving into a story that is literally reshaping how millions of people travel in India. It's fast, it's futuristic, and it's called Namo Bharat, India's very first regional rapid transit system, kicking things off with its totally game-changing Delhi to Meerut corridor.
So let's just start with a question that's at the heart of this entire project. How in the world do you take a grueling, unpredictable 3-hour journey and slash it down to less than an hour? It sounds almost impossible, right? But that is the exact problem India's new Namo Bharat train was designed to solve.
To really get why this is such a big deal, we first need to understand the problem. India's National Capital Region, or NCR, is one of the most packed urban areas on the entire planet. As Delhi grew, people spilled out into these satellite cities, creating this massive, sprawling mega-region. The trouble was, the infrastructure just couldn't keep up.
For the millions of people commuting every day, this meant a constant, daily battle. The roads were just choked. We're talking about soul-crushing traffic jams, terrible pollution, and hours of wasted time every single day. This wasn't just an annoyance. It was a serious break on the economy and on people's quality of life.
Now get this, the goal of this new system is staggering, to take 100,000 vehicles off the road every single day. That number really shows you not just the scale of the traffic problem, but the huge environmental ambition behind this project. We're talking a potential cut of over 250,000 tons of CO2 emissions every year.
And here is the payoff, the bottom line. That trip between Delhi and Meerut, the one that used to take 3, sometimes even 4 hours in a car, is now reliably under 60 minutes. This is the core promise to every single commuter. We're giving you your time back.
So, this solution is the Namo Bharat, India's first ever Regional Rapid Transit System, or RRTS. Now, this is not just another metro line. The RRTS is a whole different beast. It's a class of trains specifically engineered to connect cities over longer distances, with fewer stops, and, you guessed it, at much, much higher speeds.
And you know what? The Delhi-Ghaziabad-Meerut line is just the beginning. It's the first piece of a much bigger puzzle, with more routes planned to cities like Panipat and Alwar. The vision here is to create a whole web of high-speed connections across the region, turning it into one giant, integrated economic zone.
And here's where you really see the difference. The average speed of a Namo Bharat train, even with stops, is 100 kilometers per hour. To put that in perspective, the Delhi Metro averages around 33. That makes the RRTS nearly 3 times faster. The Metro is fantastic for getting around inside the city, but the RRTS is built for traveling between cities.
But look, speed is only half the story. For a system like this to really work, it has to connect perfectly with everything else. The metro, buses, trains. The designers knew that making it super easy for people to hop on and off the RRTS was just as important as the speedy journey itself.
Let's just walk through it. Imagine you're at the Anand Vihar station. You get off your Namo Bharat train, walk through this integrated concourse, and bam, you can directly connect to 2 different metro lines, an Indian railway station, and 2 major bus terminals. It's all designed to be one smooth, stress-free experience.
And then there's the Sarai Kali Khan station. You gotta think of this place as the future Grand Central of the entire network. It's built to be the central point where 3 different RRTS corridors meet up, linking with major rail, metro, and bus hubs. They even built a 280-meter-long footbridge with moving walkways, just to make changing from one to another totally effortless.
Okay, let's talk about speed, because you often hear a few different numbers thrown around. To really get a handle on the train's performance, we need to quickly break down what those numbers actually mean.
So, there are 3 key speeds to know. The design speed is the absolute top speed the train is built for, 180 kilometers per hour. Then you have the operational speed, which is how fast it'll actually go in service, 160. But the number that really matters most to you, the commuter, is the average speed of 100. That's the one that includes the station stops, and that's the number that gets you from Delhi to Meerut in under an hour.
Of course, a project this huge, we're talking over 30,000 crore rupees, requires a massive amount of funding. So where did all that cash come from? Well, it's actually a really interesting story of teamwork between global and local partners. The biggest piece of the pie, almost 60%, comes from multilateral banks like the Asian Development Bank. The rest is split pretty evenly between India's central government, which chips in 20%, and the state governments of Uttar Pradesh and Delhi, who cover the last 21%.
But the Namo Bharat story isn't just about speed and money. The technology running this thing, the stuff under the hood, It's truly groundbreaking, and in some cases, it's a world first.
The system uses what's called ETCS Level 2/3 hybrid signaling. I know, it's a mouthful, but what it actually means for passengers is simple. Incredible safety, amazing efficiency, and the ability for trains on different RRTS lines to work together seamlessly. This is the tech that lets them run trains every 5 to 10 minutes.
And, hey, don't just take my word for it. Olivia Loyson, who's the head of Alstom India, that's the company behind the tech, said this project marks a world premiere for some of these technologies. So this isn't just new for India. It is setting a new standard for the entire world. You see, by solving that Delhi-Meerut travel puzzle, the RRTS has done more than just build a railway line. It's created a potential model for smart, sustainable urban growth, a way to ease the pressure on megacities and boost the economies of the areas around them. So the real question isn't just about this one corridor, but what it represents. Is this the blueprint for the future of urban India?